As an Indian, racism for me is inevitable. And throughout these 2.5 years of living abroad, far from home, away from family, I finally figured out a way in which I prefer to deal with these people who are intentionally or unintentionally racist towards me. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through my experience and also my friend's experience of dealing with racism and these kind of situations. But please take note that this video is for educational purpose only. We all have our own ways of dealing with situations or stuff that life throws at us, and this one is just mine. For those who are new here, hi, I'm Mansi. I'm originally from India. I mean, you must have figured that out already. Anyways, since 2.5 years, I've been living and studying in Indonesia. I am actually a scholar. I've won a fully funded scholarship by the Indonesian government, and I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's in computer engineering. And just for context, there are usually two different settings in which I interact. Firstly, local Indonesians, and second one is an international setup, like let's say I attend a conference, an international event, or just a hangout with international friends. And unfortunately, I have faced racism and had to deal with it in both of these settings. And where do I even start? Let's start with the past. Now, if it was me from the past, like 1 or 2 years back, I would have just ignored the situation. Not really ignored, but whatever happened could have affected me. Like, I take things personally, and whenever I used to hear anything bad, or I would see that the person is being racist towards me, I would start feeling guilty of being Indian. Yeah, there used to be a phase when I used to feel like, oh gosh, why am I even Indian? But don't worry, I've gotten over it, and now I know like the problem is not with being an Indian or being from any country. The problem is with the people who are actually comfortable enough in making you uncomfortable. And I would like to start with an experience which my friend faced, but I was the one who stepped up in protecting my friend, because that was actually a turning point in my life. Because that was a situation when I realized, like, if I can be so brave and if I can speak up for someone I care about, why am I not doing the same thing for myself? This happened back in November 2024 during an international conference. So, in one university here in Surabaya, they were hosting their international conference, and it was actually a 2 day conference. So, first day was supposed to be a debate, and second day for some social work. And from my university, it was me, my friend from Zimbabwe, and one of my friends from Vietnam. We were the three participants from my university, and for that conference they actually gave us an accommodation. Even though we lived here, like in the same city, we still were supposed to move to the given hotel that they have prepared for us. So the first day was all good. We had a model United Nations, like a debate on economics, and the second day was for some social work. So during the second day, we were taken to an orphanage, and we were supposed to interact with the kids there and teach them English and talk to them about their dreams and stuff. It was all good. But after that activity was done, we all of us, the participants, we climbed up in the bus. And in the bus, I was sitting on the window seat, and my Vietnamese friend was sitting next to me. So there's this one dude, I won't say like where he's from, because racism and this mindset, it's not about countries, but it's more of a personal thing with people and their lack of education. So this dude, he came and sat in a seat in front of us. Okay, normal lad. But after the bus started, this person and his group of friends, they started playing music, they were dancing. Good, you are enjoying, nice. But then after 5 or 10 minutes, this dude, he turned back and looked at my Vietnamese friends and invited him to join them dancing. My friend refused, not cause like he was being rude or something. He just said normally, like, come join with us, it's fine. But my friend is an introvert, so he said no. I was listening to music, I had my earphones on, but still I was aware that there's something going on between these two. So First time he asked, he refused. Second time again he said, come dance with us, let's go. My friend still said, no, I don't want to dance with you. And then after that, he still continued, he still kept on insisting. This time he asked my friend, like, where are you from? A normal question, right? My friend said, try to guess. And then this dude, he said, oh, maybe you're from China, you look Chinese. My friend said, no, I'm not from China. But then this dude kept on insisting, your eyes look like this. He did that. And when he did that action, my friend got uncomfortable, so my friend just started looking at his phone. But when my friend was focusing on his phone and did not want to interact with this dude, this guy pulled my friend's hair, pinned him to the seat, and said again, look, I'll show you how your eyes are. At this point, I took out my earphones and I threw this dude's hand away. I said, like, don't do that. What are you even doing? And it was not just me. There was a girl sitting next to our seat. She also was like, hey, what are you doing? There was a girl behind us. She also saw and she was like, what's going on? And when I said, like, don't do that, are you crazy? He just backed off and he sat down on his seat and stopped dancing. At this point, I looked at my friend. My friend was, he was scared because what was this? This was like literal harassment, pulling someone's hair. And then I turned to this guy again and I said, I think you should say sorry. And this dude turned back and said, who are you to tell me? And I said, he's my friend. The way you behave is not right. And then this dude replied saying, you mind your own business. Don't tell me what to do. I backed off. My friend also was like, no, just let it be. I'm okay. Don't try and talk to him. I kept quiet for a while in the bus, but then whatever this guy did, it was very important for him to realize what he did was wrong. And so the first thing I did was I got off the bus and I went to the committee and told them about everything that happened. The committee agreed that this is a case of harassment and it's racism and it shouldn't be slided. Like we are not supposed to let this slide, because the thing is we were living in the same hotel and it's like we had, like, for girls we were given the 6th floor. For guys, they were all living on the 7th floor. So even if, like, the rooms are different, I was kind of worried about my friend, because you never know what might happen. You never know, like, this dude might lose their mind and start bullying him in the middle of the night. You never know. That's why I reported it to the committee, because the way he replied and what he did was so wrong. Then the committee tried confronting him and this dude started shouting on the committee saying, like, you guys don't know what you're doing. I did not do that. She's lying and blah 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 blah. And I was not lying. There were 2 other girls who witnessed it and they also told the committee, like, yes, this dude did that. And still he was being very rude to the committee, and this situation could have settled down, or the committee would have let it slide if this dude was being even a little bit cooperative. But he was not. He was actually shouting at the committee. He was really being very rude to the committee, and that's why the committee had to take this whole situation to the director of the university. And in the end, this dude has received official warning from that university and he is not allowed to join any event in that particular university. So take this, like, as a warning sign and also motivation to just speak up. To be honest, I was scared, and maybe you might say, like, oh Mansi, you are very brave to just say or report something like this. As for me, I will never do that because I am very scared. Guys, I was scared as well. I am a type of person who cannot argue. I cannot even talk to my own father about something which I don't agree with him. And I am a type of person who actually starts shivering, my heart starts beating faster, I start sweating whenever I am in a situation like this. But somehow when this thing happened, I felt like if this is not reported, it might lead to my friend being in another huge danger. That's why I just had to take that courage, had to take that step and report it. Because If this dude was not corrected right now, imagine he kept going to other international events and doing the same thing. Because um, calling someone Chinese and doing that action with your eyes, it might seem very casual and very common, but it's not. It is racist. And these days people, they think that, casual racism is so cool. Because we see a lot of reels on Instagram, we see a lot of TikToks where these things are kind of normalized. But if you look at it through a person's, like, that person from the same nationality's point of view, then it is racist, guys. And especially pulling someone's hair, like, come on, that's harassment. That is harassment. Now, this was one situation. Another one that I would like to mention is that I faced myself, and it was very recent. Like, my 2026 started with racism, like, literally. Maybe you might have seen this vlog of mine where I have posted, like, celebrating New Year's Eve in Indonesia 2026, but I never mentioned about this in that vlog, because this happened after that party. It wasn't a party, it was actually open place for everyone. So on 31st December 2025, me and my friend decided to go celebrate New Year in one of the malls of Surabaya. So there is this mall here which has, like, a Shanghai park. So that place is decorated as if it's like Chinese artifacts and everything. They had DJ there, they had fireworks, like, a bit, and also like New Year's celebration there. So me and my friends were excited to go. We had a great time that night. We were dancing to the DJ, enjoying the fireworks, also meeting new students. Because it so happened that, let's say I invited one friend, my friend invited his friends invited his friends, and the chain continued. And it was quite fun. We were meeting new students, we were meeting our old friends, and it was a blast. But after the party was done, after the crowd was settled, we decided to stay in the same place for a while. Because it was 1 a.m. and at that time in Surabaya we won't find any ride, because everyone is trying to book and go home. So we decided, like, let's stay here for a while and then we go back home. And there were these three siblings we met. I won't say where they're from. So they decided to join us for the game. We decided to play a game which is, like, called Imposter. Now, if you don't know about this game, I'll quickly explain. So what happens is, like, let's say there are 10 people, 8 people get a word and 2 people are imposters, so they do not know which word it is. And then these 8 people, and everyone is supposed to say something related to that word, but not exactly the word. And then after the round is done, everyone is supposed to guess, like, who is the imposter. So these three siblings, like, we met them, we had good time with them during, like, the dancing and stuff. So we were like, okay, come on, let's join us. There were 2 girls and 1 dude. And 2 rounds of this game, it was fine, we were having fun. But then during the 3rd round, the word that we got was soap. I read the word and then we started the game. When we started the game, the very first thing this girl says is Indians. And I was like, what do you mean by Indians? Because let's be real here, you, me, everyone knows what she meant by Indians. Because we know, right, the stereotype that Indians don't bath, Indians don't use soap, Indians stink, and what. But if you know that there is an Indian sitting in front of you on the same table, why would you say something like this? And then I asked her, like, what do you mean by Indians? And then she just brushed it off saying, yeah, Indians, let's continue the game. I sat there in silence for 2 minutes. I just wanted to, pick my bag and get out of there and just leave that place. But I thought it's gonna be a bit too dramatic, and I wanted to process, like, everything that happened. So I just sat there for 2 minutes and I was feeling pissed off. I felt hurt, I wanted to cry, but I won't cry in front of them. So I just sat there for 2 minutes. Then this girl spoke again, saying, like, oh, actually in our country we just joke like that, and I see so many stuff on Instagram these days, so don't take it personally, I did not mean it. And I said, yes, you are very funny. I said that. And then her sister spoke. Her sister is like, oh, maybe what you should do is get on your knees, beg her to forgive you, and maybe that's when she will accept your apology. Like, are we being sarcastic here? Do you like even realize what you did wrong? So I did not say anything. What I did was just stop the game. I said, I am out of the game. I don't want to play anymore. I took out my phone and I started booking a ride. And then at this point, everyone was like, okay, I think we should go home, and we should stop the game and stuff. So these three, they booked a ride as well. And then their car arrived first, and they got up. My friends also got up. They stood up, and then they greeted them saying, okay, bye, maybe we had good time and stuff. I did not get up from my chair, because why would I? Like, why would I? Because these girls, they did not even apologize properly to me. It's like they felt proud of whatever they said, because these days people think casual racism is cool, but for me, I felt hurt, and I cannot imagine just smiling through it and continuing the game and just pretending as if it was okay. I did not get up from my chair. I let them leave and stuff. They did not say sorry, they just left. And then my friends, actually, they canceled the ride, and they talked to me, and one of them said that whatever you did was actually good, because you called her out and you did not let that slide. And that was the time when I just started crying, because it did hurt, guys. It felt hurt, even if like just few minutes back I was pretending to be brave and stuff, but it hurts, because these days I know how people look at Indians. And saying that, using Indians when it comes to soap, and saying that people like Indians don't bath and they stink, it's just like, I know, I read the comments and they are full of disgust and hate towards Indians. So what do I even do? I am Indian as well. So I felt hurt, and then my friends tried comforting me, and then we went back. But one thing I felt good about myself is that I did not continue the game, and that I actually spoke up of what was hurting. Because if it was me from the past, I would have just sat there and pretended that nothing happened, and just would have continued the game, just so my friends don't ruin their night. But at this point, if there is someone who has no respect for me, I won't respect you as well. That's just how I am now, and I'm quite proud of it. So here's to you, if you are someone who is facing racism and stuff like this. What you can do is one thing: call them out. You don't have to argue, you don't have to come back with or say something more insulting. No, that's immature. Don't do that. What you need to do is just call them out. Or if it's a situation where you feel like you cannot speak up, just take your bag and leave. Just leave the place where you know they won't respect you. Because everything that I've learned so far, there are a lot of things that I've learned, and maybe in further videos I'll let you know. And I haven't told you about every single thing that has happened to me. Maybe in next videos I'll let you know. But yeah, this was it. This was the video. The lessons we learned is: call them out, leave the place if needed, and third thing, if it's like official situation, report it. Take a stand up for yourself. That's how you can protect you and your country. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.